problems in this region, that there are discrepancies, that there are situations degrading to women, that in this effort to ameliorate the situation, we still have a long road ahead of us. Foremost of these issues or agents, catalysts that bring about this problem is the blurring of culture with religion, which brings about a confusion in the minds of society. So for us as Muslims, and this is a region which is considered the Muslim world, equality is not the term that we use. It's not our discourse. This is not how we address the relationship between man and woman. Equality is also, it's a term, it's a construct, it's an idea. It's not a natural human right that every human being is born with. It's a philosophical concept that comes out of the 18th century French Revolution that has as its heart a man-centered universe, that man gains his worth in comparison to other men, whereas that is not the way we look at things. In our estimation, in this world, in the Muslim world, in the Arab world, man and woman gain their worth individually according to their standing with their Creator. So here, the concept is not our concept. It's alien to our discourse. Our vision is a God-centered universe, whereas the vision of equality, as we said, is that man or woman does not gain her worth except as she stands up to other men. Liberty has as its heart that man is the auditor of his own destiny, in command of his own destiny. These are not our concepts. These are cures for someone else's illness. We, on the other hand, may speak in terms of fairness, in terms of equity, in terms of balance. This is our approach to these issues.
Sheikh Jihad Brown, thank you very much. How can you talk about fairness without equality?
How can I speak about fairness without equality? Equality, its meaning is sameness.
To many people, it's the same thing. Equality and fairness.
Fairness is closer to equity, wouldn't you say, than equality. Equality, its meaning is sameness. How could we define equality? That's one of the things that I'm hoping for tonight.
You say it's a philosophical concept.
It is a philosophical.
But it's a very real concept to many, many women in the Arab world who don't have it.
How is it defined?
Well, they define it as not having the same rights as men.
What is it exactly that they don't have? What is it exactly that they don't have?
The same rights as men. You know perfectly well. You've studied in the region.
Okay, what are these rights that they're missing?
Rights in law, for instance.
Access to law or protection by law?
Protection by law.
Or representation within law?
A whole basket of them.
So is that what equality is? It's a grab basket of negotiated rights that are negotiated over time.
Why should a woman's testimony in court, for instance, only equal half that of a man's?
Does a woman's testimony in court decide a case in the United States of America or the UK?
Why do you answer a question with a question?
I learned it from Tim Sebastian.
I think people have come here for some answers and you're merely posing other questions. Dr. Tareq Suwaidan, will you speak for the motion, please?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say that the situation of women in the Middle East is miserable, and it is a true situation. It's in politics, in the law, it's in a family situation. We cannot hide from the truth. This is the truth, and yes, not only women have problems, but also men have problems, but definitely the situation with women is much, much worse than the situation with men. Although some people try to blame Islam for it, I have studied Islam very deeply, and Islam, Allah Almighty have created us equal. This is stated very clearly by the saying of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he said, "Al-rijalu, al-nisa'u shaqa'iqu al-rijal." Women are equivalent to men. This is the basis of Sharia. This is the basis of Islamic law. Now, what happened is that in the past 400, 500 years, we have been backward, We have been occupied, and tradition have mastered our society, and some people are mixing up between Sharia and Islam and the tradition, and thus, in the name of Islam, they are putting women down. Recently in Kuwait, we have granted women their rights after a long fight. I was one of those advocating women's rights in Kuwait. And every time I get into a discussion, they blame Sharia for it. I've studied Sharia, and to me, very clearly, Sharia, Islamic law, does not prohibit women from climbing into the ladder all the way to being a president of a country. But I would like also to say that a lot of the problem also lies in the hands of women themselves. They have to prove themselves. They have to learn, they have to qualify themselves, they have to get skills, and stop wasting their time. Again, if they are in the West, they need to break the glass ceiling. They have a double glass ceiling here in this